Meanwhile, remember, the delay could be there in the ground offensive, but USA is readying for a major escalation in Middle East. 2 carrier strike groups, assault ships have been deployed. US has deployed fighter jets, strategic bombers in the Middle East. America is basically scrambling to deploy the missile shield for the troops. So let's take that big question to Shiv Arur, who continues to be with us on that. So Shiv, because, ground offensive is a very different approach compared to the airstrikes. It could actually mean more civilian casualties too in Gaza Strip, and that is what Hamas would like to show to the world, and that is what Israel would want to avoid at this juncture, especially at a time when 200 of its hostages, including children, are still in Hamas captivity. But I find the American approach very interesting, that it's ensuring that sending out a message of support by deploying as much as possible if in case this ground offensive or a bigger conflict goes there. Why do you think America is doing that for now?
For a variety of reasons, and let me list them for you. One, Israel is America's closest ally. Israel enjoys bipartisan support in the United States, whether it's an election year or not. No party in the United States, neither the Republicans nor the Democrats, have any political space to take any stand that is other than complete solidarity with Israel. Joe Biden, however, with an eye on his re-election campaign and his, purported image as a stable leader of the modern world, having just been bruised and battered quite a bit, with the U.S. involvement in Ukraine, is very wary of the U.S. getting embroiled in another West Asian conflict. The wounds of Afghanistan and Iraq are still fresh, Syria as well, and therefore the United States getting directly embroiled in another confrontation are difficult. The second point is the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is very real. There is no denying what's happening in Gaza, and for the United States there is direct blowback. The weapons that are used by Israel, the fighter aircraft, the bombs, the ammunition, many of the weapons that are used in this war are all of American origin and supplied by by the United States companies or paid for by U.S. aid. For instance, I hope our viewers know that the United States provides more aid per year to Israel than all other aid to any other country put together. So whatever happens in Gaza as far as the humanitarian crisis is concerned, it will reflect on the United States as well, and that, I think, the United States feels will make them look bad going into an election year. So there are all these complexities, there are all these pulls and pressures, regional protection for forces, like you said, the missile defense shield and the aircraft carrier battle groups, those are all in place. This is not, I also want to say, it's not like this is some kind of alien situation. This is not an alien situation. This has happened, at least 6 or 7 times before in our lifetime, Pooja. But true. This time, the subtle difference, if I may use an understatement, is that October the 7th has changed that calculation. 210 hostages is more hostages than have ever been taken. Israel has never experienced something of this kind. The scale of the massacre, 1,400 plus people on October the 7th, means that earlier formulae, earlier templates of forward movement, earlier to-do lists of how to handle these situations are completely out of the window. A brand new evolutionary rule of engagement is having to be evolved at this time for Israel to implement, and that's perhaps why it's really taking so much time. There are just simply so many moving parts.
That's a very important perspective, Shiv, that you're giving to us. There's a reason that the offensive will likely happen because Israel cannot let Hamas think that it has won with its hostages, with the massacre of its civilians. Israel was a benchmark, remember, to the world with the defense mechanism that it has had. That appears to have clearly been broken. So therefore, it wants to set out that precedent too. Shiv, I appreciate you joining us about and helping us understand what USA is saying and doing. And that's the reason, as I let you go for now, thank you very much. As Shiv was telling us, Pentagon has given out a statement. Here's the statement that is coming from the USA, from the White House, and specifically from the agencies about what exactly is USA's approach.
Since that Hamas terrorist attack, we've also been crystal clear that we do not want to see the situation in Israel widen into a broader regional conflict. And as you've heard President Biden, Secretary Austin, and other senior U.S. leaders say, our message to any country or group thinking about trying to take advantage of this situation to widen the conflict is don't. We've already deployed a significant number of additional U.S. military capabilities into the region to bolster our regional deterrence efforts, strengthen our capabilities there, and enhance our ability to respond to a range of contingencies. In addition to the capabilities that we've already announced, I can also confirm that the New Jersey Air National Guard's 119th Expeditionary Fighter Squadron arrived within U.S. Central Command's area of responsibility today, with additional F-16 Fighting Falcon Squadron bolstering U.S. posture to deter further aggression in the region. And again, it is our aim to avoid any regional expansion of Israel's conflict with Hamas, but we stand ready and prepared to protect and defend our partners and our interests, and will act to do so.